Well, let's run through the models here. We've got two different scenarios kind of being painted by the models. And while they're coming together, and I've talked about this a lot online here, while they're coming together, they're still far apart when it comes to some of the finer details. And when you talk winter weather, the finer details matter. They're very, very important. Let's start with a run through of the GFS. Now, this is the more problematic outcome. And I think that the truth is going to lie somewhere between what the GFS is doing and what the Euro's doing. I think that somewhere in the middle is what we're going to end up seeing on Monday. Now, the GFS model is going to bring some of the freezing rain in a little bit earlier, more so for Sunday, but a lot of that will stay west and north of us. But it'll be real cold. Temperatures sitting down in the 30s for Sunday night, dropping down to around freezing with showers starting to pick up Monday morning. So this is 7 a.m. You're going to have the freezing rain already sitting with you. That's going to be these pink colors here. This will continue likely through a majority of the day today. Now remember, this is the GFS model. So this is kind of the more extreme version of what we could be facing on Monday. We're going to take a look at the Euro in a little bit, and you'll see that it's slightly milder. This continues to paint a very rainy picture all the way through the afternoon. You're going to see a decent amount of ice accumulation through the day, and then ending as we go overnight tonight, which is when the extreme temperatures start to get in. This is Monday, 10 o'clock. You got wind chill down at about 10, with the temperatures dropping down into the lower teens by Tuesday morning, wind chill sub-zero. I think that the truth, again, lies somewhere between this solution and the European solution. That one still has some of the freezing rain, still some of the frozen precip, and I think that's why we probably end up seeing some of that frozen precipitation, but it starts a little bit later. Rainfall coming up for Sunday. Notice how much more mild these temperatures are, though, 40s as opposed to down in the 30s. Still starts rain right around 7 o'clock. Continues to stay wet, but because the temperatures aren't as cold, it's more so rainfall than it is freezing rain. This is what I'm talking about. The finer details matter. Both models have rainfall lasting from 7 a.m. throughout the course of the day, but because the temperatures are slightly different, you've got different types of precip. Now, as we get into the evening here on the European, you start to see a little bit of that freezing rain developing. And it will be maybe snow up in northern parts of Louisiana as well. We may even see it turn over to snow briefly. A couple flakes out there for Monday night. GFS is different than that, but the temperatures are not quite as dramatic for early Tuesday morning. Now, they're still real cold, 26 out there with wind chills that are going to be down in the teens, but you're not going to talk teens as far as the temperatures go, and the feel-like temperatures sub-zero. So I think that what we end up seeing is something in the middle. And what, unfortunately, is going to be the case is that dividing line between rainfall, freezing rain, and sleet is going to be draped right across Acadiana. So here's the GFS temperatures. This not only gets colder, but the cold lasts longer. You see a couple nights down in the 20s, and I'm not quite sure that it does hang around that long. I think we do have a cold stretch of days, but I don't know if it lasts through the majority of next week the way that the GFS is doing, but I also don't think it's going to be quite as warm as what the Euro is going to be putting out, which is temperatures by Tuesday morning more or less sitting somewhere in the mid and upper 20s, because it's Monday again. You've got the freezing line sitting right across Louisiana. That freezing line is going to dictate who gets what kind of precipitation, and by Tuesday morning you're looking at mid-20s. So like I said, I think that the solution is somewhere in the middle. I do think we end up with some frozen precip. I think freezing rain the most likely. And I think that temperatures are probably going to get in the low 20s, upper teens then for early Tuesday morning. As far as accumulation goes, we'll wait and see how that starts to look over the weekend. There's still stuff that we're trying to figure out and iron out, but I would prepare for impacted travel on Monday, and I would prepare for the possibility of some freezing rain and ice. A look at the extended forecast coming up here in just a bit. 6:47 right now, it's 35 degrees.